Hey guys, Owen Mohan here, and in today's quick video I'm going to share with you the easiest way to overcome a challenge as a leader. So when clients come to me with challenges and they cannot see past the horizon, it feels very frustrating because you feel like you should know the answer and you don't, and that's okay. And when you're in this mindset and you're talking it through with a mentor or a guide or a coach or someone who's trying to help you, it's easy to get stuck in that frustration. It's easy to get stuck in not knowing what's next, because if you did know what was next, you wouldn't be asking for advice and you wouldn't be asking for someone's opinion, and you wouldn't be seeking support. So one of the things that we need to get rid of first is this notion around not knowing what to do and not feeling like you have the answers, because that mindset in itself will hinder and dampen your ability to actually come up with solutions. So once we've figured out that we need to drop this mindset and the psychology, then we can move to the process. And so, one simple, easy technique to use is to think about what advice would you give a 5-year-old. So in a coaching call with a client the other day, one of the aspects we were talking about was how to overcome failure. And so I said to them, what would be your advice for your 5-year-old son? If he came to you and said, how do you overcome fear? What would you say, and what language would you use? What love and support and encouragement would you give to that person? For me, this is really, really important, because the advice you give is normally advice that is good enough for you to take. So I just want you to hear that again. So the advice that you give is normally the advice that is good enough for you to take. So if you're telling someone something, you believe enough in it to tell them to do something, or this is your advice. So if it's good enough for you to give it to someone, it's more than good enough for you to take. So, with this client of mine, when we were speaking around failure, whatever they said around how to deal with failure, that's the wisdom that they need. That's the guidance, that's the support that they need in order to overcome the challenges that they're facing. So I just want you to think about any challenge that you're facing, and think about, if your 5-year-old came to you, if you don't have a 5-year-old, if a 5-year-old came to you and came with the problem that you have, what would you tell them in the most easiest, simplest language, and with the most encouragement and unconditional love and support? What would you tell them? And that would be the type of advice that you would need to hear and that you would need to act upon. So I invite you, use this super quick and easy question when you come up against a challenge, and let me know what comes up for you. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. Cheers, bye.